seem to have lost my phone number. May I have yours? You must be tired running through my mind all day. These pickup lines are pretty common. I'm sure some of you might have heard it before. That's why we find it funny, right? It's very funny in the sense that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me, and it probably doesn't make sense to you. Club president, district officers, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I think that pickup lines are redundant. It's always easy to just go up and say hi, right? Why come up with these things that you must be tired running through my mind all day? Why go through all that trouble to think of something to replace hi? It's just two alphabet, H-I, hi. It's not that difficult, right? But I've heard many other pickup lines, really redundant, some of it a little bit creative, a little bit humorous, but mostly redundant. Let me give you a few examples. First, do you have a band-aid? Because I scraped my knees falling for you. So what are the responses to these pickup lines? I can think of three. The first response, you accept the request for assistance. You give him a band-aid and you walk away. Just like that. The second response, you be very straightforward with him. You must be very careless to fall off like that. Please be careful next time. And you walk away again. Now the third one is for those who are a fan of Avengers or a fan of Thor. It is the Loki moment. When they fell, they scrape your knees, they must be kneeling, right? Be a Loki. Kneel before me. Enjoy the Loki moment. Because there will never be a Thor coming up to stop you. Enjoy the moment. The second example, your mom must be a baker because you have great buns. Now this one can be a little bit sensitive. Depends on difference in culture and custom. You might want to consider it before using it. In a Western and more open culture, it's fine. Some people might accept it, some people might not. But here, in a more conservative culture and custom here, that is called sexual harassment. You don't go around telling a lady, hey, you got great buns. No, you don't do that. We do that privately. We will just go to the pub, grab a chair, get your friend, sit down. Nice, huh? Yeah, hey, nice, right? Preferably in private, with friends, and with some beers. Then you not only see one buns, you see multiple buns. Of course, that is after you had a few drinks. Now, the third example. I have two examples for this. You have curves to supply my demand. You might not catch that. Let's try the other one. Are you a fruit? Because honey, do you know how fine you look right now? You might not catch that one again. Because this is the problem with this kind of pickup lines. It's very hard to understand. Now let's look at the first one. You have curves to supply my demand. What is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Curves.
Curves. Okay. Anything else? No. Let me tell you. You need a PhD in economics to understand this. Because you have curves to supply my demand. You need PhD in economics to understand this. Now let's look at the second one. Are you a fruit? Because honey, do you know how fine you look? You need to be a poet, a writer, or a philosopher like William Shakespeare to understand this. Because why are you a fruit? Because honey do know that how fine you look. You see, it's very hard to understand, right? So, based on this, I have concluded that pickup lines are not easy to use. You have to be aware of the cultures and customs. You have to be aware of the different response that people can give you, and you have to be aware of how stupid some people can be. So for this, I have came up with a really fantastic pickup line that I've tried recently. And let me tell you, it might not always work because things doesn't work 100%. But if it works, you not only get the names, you get a number, and you get an email as well. So how do you do that?
You can perform the video.
Hi, have you heard of this event called Encended?
No.
No? Alright. This event, we are inviting 4 speakers from you. They'll touch on different aspects of communication skills. If you are interested, please fill in the details.
Okay.
Okay? See, that is easy. You have an event, you can promote, and then you still get numbers. That's 2 birds in 1 stone, right? So think twice when you want to use pickup lines. Think twice when you want to use very difficult pickup lines. And think twice if you have events that can be used as pickup lines. Back to you.